Message to parents and siblings, brothers and sisters of each other in your family. And if you're from my family, you need to get your act up together too. If you know, then you know. And you need to do according to what you know. Your dreams, your goals. Well, the thing is, you settled. Yes, you did. When you first became sexually active, mentally, physically, imaginably, you settled. All your goals you had planned don't exist anymore. The law of the Holy God has represented Himself to you. Now you have to get married. If you still like certain subjects out there, that doesn't go according, doesn't go against the Holy God, our Creator, Lord God, and you're just gonna have to set your goals up again. But this time, according to that, you are to be married. No, no, no. This does not mean maybe be married. No, it's mandatory. You have to get married. Now, during your marriage, if it really gets down to the point where you are not sexual no more in the marriage, and you want to get a divorce, you have to wait for your spouse to not be sexual with you anymore also. The two of you would have to become non-sexuals in order for you or her, him, to get a divorce. That's what a divorce is about. One type of divorce. Another type of divorce is, oh, you just got sexual towards another person while you're married to someone else. Yeah, you're supposed to marry that person too. This does not mean you are to divorce the first one you married to marry this other person. No. If that's what you have such highly complicated, multi-situated sexualism. Well, that's you. And if you deny either side of yourself, you'll be lying constantly and living a lie. Now, yes, you have to get married. You are feeling sexually uncontained. 1 Corinthians chapter 7. To the person whom you and that person has became sexually uncontained. Yes. It's a party. Life is a party. There are rules to life's party. And mysteries, miracles. Now, focus of this subject, it's that while I was a child, I was sexually uncontained, but I was not allowed to marry. I was forced to remain away from everyone I've ever met. Sex in my family is wrong. Marriage was evil. Even the pastors, the bishops, the priests do not teach the subject of marriage correctly. They hide out in God's house of prayer. They're supposed to be in public, door to door, with these scriptures, with the correct understanding. And as a child, I entered sections that I felt I did not need to be sexually uncontained or married, in which, as a child, I did refer to marriage as being sexual, and I did yell out to everyone, I will not marry, referring to, I will not be sexual. But did the adults know this, meaning that I knew as a child? No. The adults took when a single non-sexual person says they will not marry. They take it in the form of that person, non-sexual, who will not marry. They assume the definition that person is using. And their definition they assume that person is using is that he or she who is non-sexual and will not marry will become sexual and will not marry and enter into fornication. Yes, they're very negative thinking, negative assuming. They kill, they murder Everyone, because of their imaginations and their thoughts, they let no one live their life. This is why we have internet. Because we're forced to be away from the social life. And then we're labeled as though we choose to be non-social. Because they are slanderers, they are liars, they are greedy bastards and bitches. And most of them are married and don't even know why the fuck they are married. But as if marriage is just a game for pretty people, for rich and wealthy people with money and whatever, in which they are very unholy by being so ignorant, in which they do say and think and broadcast how holy they are. No. Look, Adam was ignorant to what his wife was handing to him. Adam had a task to uphold. Adam assumed Eve was created to help him uphold that command of not eating from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. By Adam's ignorant assumption, he failed his duty as the tiller of the garden and keeper and dresser of the Garden of Eden, in which was the tree of life. How important is the tree of life in your life? How important for you to remain away from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil? Do you allow someone to go fetch your fruits from the trees and bring them to you? Are you so reliant on others that you do not do everything on your own? Yes, this all began by labeling the serpent as the greatest liar. He did not lie. He told the truth. The tree was not going to kill him. What Adam assumed and what Eve assumed when her name was first woman was not thinking, not understanding that God would make sure Adam would die if he ate from the tree forbidden to Adam. Specifically, Adam, the head human man, first created in this land, in the Garden of Eden. Eden. How many Adams are out there? Every single one. How many women are out there? Someone tells you one side of the truth. You are commanded as a child of Adam from the beginning, before the failure to keep the command of not eating from the garden, from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. You are also commanded not to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. You are a child of Adam. You are a wife of Adam. Straighten your lives up. You have this information. Apply and refuse to be a fallen generation of Adam and his wife. To freely breathe, to freely drink, to freely eat, and to live forever by eating from the tree of life. Therefore you will not die, and have a God who, if ever you need anything by you living forever and him being pleased by you, me, he'll create anything and everything that he would see would be most good. Would, by we pleasing him, he pleases us. Remember, God did create animals first as a helpmeet to Adam, and God failed to create a helpmeet for Adam. Do you understand this? Secondly, then he created the woman. God still was not sure. He waited for Adam to make his mind up. What is his type of help in which he needed? Therefore, Adam made the female, the woman, his wife. On God's second try to give Adam a helpmeet, Adam chose who his helpmeet would be. Adam could have waited for God to create something else, but he chose the second choice. He could have chose to make a wife out of animals. God would not have mind. He was waiting. God was waiting for Adam to make his choice. You need to understand our holy God's ways of life and giving life, creating life. I do.